Good day everyone, I am Micaela Ondri Maranan from Group 5. Let me introduce the other researchers responsible for the study. Christian John de la Cruz, Joyce Ann Orlando, and Patricia Ansir. Our thesis title is Implementation of a Web-Based Thesis Archiving Management System for the students of Information Technology Department in Rizal Technological University. Now I am in charge to discuss the project context as well as the purpose and scope and limitation of the study. Research is a vital part of the society in order to grow, but due to the large amount of information produced when internet was developed, filtering information online has been a difficult task. But if you look into things like this as a Filipino, it is harder to look for accurate and reliable source of information and referential materials. This is because Philippines is still lacking of facilities and equipment for advanced technological learning. In this study, the researchers intend to answer the following questions. First, why is it important to have a web-based archiving system for IT students? Second, would IT students prefer using a web-based archiving system than the traditional way of searching for related literature? Number 3, would the IT students agree on the implementation of the RTU Technohive? Proceeding, the purposes of this study are the following. First, RTU Technoarchive will serve as a storage and library for usable documents such as thesis or research studies. Number 2, provide varied sources and references for new researchers. Number 3, help new researchers to easily search for more accurate and updated documents of their studies. Number 4, to keep thesis or research studies safe from being completely lost or stolen. Continuing, the scope of this research mainly revolves around the archiving process of approved theses of IT department students, and also the researchers intend to collect existing research studies from the departments of BSICT and BSCPE.
In this part of the research, Chapter 3 will discuss the technical background and the research methodology used in the research. The methodology of the study that is utilized in this research is the rapid applications development. As you can see in this figure, this is the model that is being used, and during this phase, the researchers will determine and define the project's expectation, goals, and objectives. Descriptive developmental research method is used in this research. The method consists of 20 respondents, including IT students, faculty members, and IT practitioners for professional guide. Because of the pandemic, the researchers cannot conduct face-to-face surveys. In order to accomplish the survey, Google Forms will be the medium for answering the questionnaires. The questionnaires will be tallied using a numerical scale and will be computed using the formula of weighted mean. Conceptual framework discusses the basic flow or the IPO of the website. UML or Unified Modeling Language utilizes text and graphic documents to enhance the analysis and design of this project. It also shows the flow of the system but in a more understandable and detailed process.
Wireframe is like the digital blueprint of the website. It also shows how the software's interface will be constructed. As you can see, the researcher used legend as a guide to easily understand what and how the button works. In this part of the wireframe, it shows the section of the website where the home page can be seen and how each button works. You can see here on the upper part the process on how to submit the student documents. The next slide discusses the wireframe of the student and the admin login. The admin page contains special access to all of the submitted documents. Thus, wireframe shows interface when searching for a specific document. As you can see, there is a text box where you will input the title or the keyword of the thesis you wanted to see.
The researcher will discuss the prototype and how the system works. If the end user go to the website, this is how the homepage look like. The design is very simple and the end user will easy to determine the purpose of each button. The system is named RTU Technoarchive, which stands for Technological Archive. The researcher will now discuss the role of each button. First, if the if the end user or the student click the policy button, it will show the contract or written agreement that protects the intellectual rights of the original works of the students. Next, the search button. It is where the search bar is located. The students can search keywords of the article that are related to their studies. Next is the guideline. The guideline button will show to the students the step-by-step guide to be followed before submitting their work. This is also helpful, especially to the new user of the website. The recent submission button and the thesis button are similar in design. Upon clicking the title of the work in the list, the details including abstract will show through pop-up. But in the recent submission, students will only view the latest documents, while in the thesis button will display the list of all documents including the latest and the oldest, and it is arranged alphabetically. The student can access the mentioned buttons without the need of logging in. However, the student must log in first to be able to deposit their work and send requests. The login button will display two options where they can choose to log in, a student or an admin. First, let's discuss the student login. Upon clicking the student button, the login form will pop up. The student will input the username or student number and password. After logging in, it will direct to the home page, and the student can now access the Deposit Your Work button. The button will show the form where student will fill out all the needed information, including author's name, thesis title, and abstract. And after filling out, they can now send the request by clicking the Send button. And that is how the student will use the website. The next discussion will talk about how the admin manage the website. Upon clicking the admin button, it also shows the login form and admin will also fill out the needed information. After logging in, the admin will direct to the record page wherein admin can view the table that consists of submitted thesis. It also have a delete and edit option for each data. If you click the request tab, this is where all the requests of the students displayed. It also have table that admin will manually check if the submitted documents comply to the guidelines. After checking, the admin will send an email to inform the sender or the students whether the documents are accepted or rejected. The admin will click the Add button on the Records tab, and the admin will manually fill out the form to add the accepted documents, and the added data will be displayed to the records table.